Are you worried that you're not getting enough of the nutrients that your body needs? Well, in this video, I'm going to call attention to 7 top vitamin and mineral deficiencies and how to get the micronutrients that your body needs. Hi, I'm Jamie, registered dietitian nutritionist, and my goal is to liberate you from the struggles of eating well so that you can feel amazing in your body and nourish your way to a healthier you. So if you want to eat healthier in a balanced and mindful way, click the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. So vitamin and mineral deficiencies are common in the US with our Western eating pattern. And one of the contributors to missing the mark on specific nutrients are our lower intakes of vegetables, fruit, and whole grains. We especially see nutrient deficiencies in specific populations and stages of our life cycle, for instance, like when pregnant or in children, or with certain dietary patterns like eating vegan or vegetarian when they aren't necessarily well balanced. Or we can also see nutrient deficiencies with certain medications. So while getting enough vitamins and minerals is totally possible with a well-balanced diet, many of us continue to fall short on meeting our body's vitamin and mineral requirements. The good news is that you can correct and avoid these top nutrient deficiencies and the unpleasant side effects that come along with them. So believe it or not, dieting, which is a method that we often use to eat healthier, may just be one of the reasons why your body is not getting the nutrients that you need to thrive. Restricting specific food groups or avoiding foods has a way of limiting your overall nutrient diversity, and thus you may find yourself not getting enough of the vitamins and the minerals that you need to feel your best. So if you know that you often restrict food, it is possible that you might have an underlying nutrient inadequacy or deficiency. So meeting your body's needs for vitamins and minerals is essential for immune function, energy levels, digestion, your appetite, and your mood too. Now, there are going to be seasons of your life where nutrition just gets pushed to the back burner because taking care of children and career obligations or social engagements, or life just happens and you have other things to tend to that are just more important at the moment. This happens, and it's easy to just get by in those times by eating whatever is convenient without giving much thought to your nutrition. When we circle back to our nutrition, we know that actually addressing some of those underlying vitamin and mineral deficiencies may actually just give you the energy and the mood boost that you've been looking for. And so if you suspect that you have a nutrient deficiency, I encourage you to work with a professional like myself, registered dietitian nutritionist, so that you can go about correcting nutrient deficiencies. And with that being said, I want to share with you my 7 top nutrients that you may be missing out on. Nutrient number 1 is vitamin D. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, and it plays an essential role in the absorption of calcium, promoting bone, immune, heart, and brain health. And if your vitamin D levels are suboptimal, you may experience low energy, you may find yourself getting sick often, you might notice changes to your menstrual cycle or experience depression and anxiety. Most vitamin D from food sources comes from fish and fortified foods like milk and yogurt and orange juice, but most commonly you've probably heard vitamin D referred to as the sunshine vitamin, because when we expose our skin to the sun, your body is actually able to produce vitamin D that you need. However, with age and with so many of us spending a lot of time indoors and not getting the sunshine that we need, plus living in the northern hemisphere where the sun isn't as strong year-round, supplementing with vitamin D is often necessary to correct your levels. And again, make sure that you're checking with your doctor or dietitian before you start a new supplement. The second nutrient is iron. So iron is a mineral with a really important role in making a protein called hemoglobin, which carries oxygen throughout your entire body. So this means that if you're low in iron, you may also feel low in energy. You may notice that your skin tone is pale, that you have restless legs, that you have cold hands and feet, headaches, dizziness, lightheadedness. You may notice brittle nails, overall weakness, and poor appetite. So iron is found in 2 different forms. There's heme iron, which is from the animal-based foods like meat, so beef, pork, turkey, and seafoods. And then there's non-heme iron from plant-based sources. So that would be found in lentils, in beans, in tofu, and tempeh. So tannins are a type of nutrient that are found in coffee, tea, and wine, and they hinder the absorption of iron, which is why it's best, especially for plant-based eaters, to avoid eating non-heme iron foods with the coffee and tea and wine, because it hinders the absorption. What you want to do is pair your non-heme iron-rich foods like those lentils and beans with vitamin C. So that is key to the proper absorption of iron, This is especially important for anyone eating entirely or mostly plant-based. The third nutrient is zinc, and zinc is a mineral that supports your body in producing white blood cells to fight off infection. It's also involved in protein metabolism and wound healing. So when zinc levels are low, you may experience loss of appetite, loss of your sense of smell and taste. You may notice that scrapes or cuts that you have are slow to heal, and you may feel fatigued. Food sources of zinc include meat, shellfish, pumpkin seeds, cashews, peas, and poultry like chicken or turkey. Now, phytates are sometimes called anti-nutrients, and they're found in the plant-based sources of zinc, like legumes and whole grains, and they affect the absorption of zinc. So it's especially important to include a variety of food sources of zinc in your diet to make sure that you're properly absorbing the zinc. The fourth nutrient is vitamin B12, and B12 is partially responsible for producing DNA and red blood cell formation. And this is especially important nutrient if you are fully vegan, because vitamin B12 is naturally found in animal-based foods like meat, poultry, seafood, and dairy. And B12 deficiency is also commonly seen in weight loss surgeries where they're removing part of the stomach, because intrinsic factor, which is produced by the stomach, assists in the absorption of B12. You may also see deficiencies from drinking alcohol in excess, medications that interfere with B12 absorption, and also conditions of the digestive tract that make absorbing vitamin B12 more difficult. So eating foods that have been fortified with B12 or taking a B12 supplement is essential for those who are fully vegan. It's also important for those with chronic disease and digestive conditions to monitor their B12 levels. Nutrient number 5, magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that regulates feel-good neurotransmitters, and in fact, low levels of magnesium can contribute to low levels of serotonin, which is associated with low mood and mood disorders. So signs of low magnesium include loss of appetite, muscle spasms, shaking, fatigue, nausea, and vomiting. Magnesium is abundant in seeds, nuts, leafy greens, bananas, beans, lentils, and dark chocolate. Nutrient number 6, calcium. Calcium is responsible for healthy teeth, for healthy bones, muscle, heart, and nerve function. Low levels of calcium has been associated with osteoporosis, and it's also been connected to PMS. Now, you may have heard you have to drink your milk to get calcium to protect your bones. However, that is just one source of calcium. There are also plenty of alternative food sources to meet your calcium needs, like broccoli, tahini, almonds, kale, bok choy, tofu, tempeh, and sardines. Nutrient number 7, iodine. Iodine is what we need to make thyroid hormone. Therefore, if we have low levels of iodine, we're more likely to see hypothyroidism. The food sources of iodine include dairy, eggs, seaweed, seafood, and iodized salt. If you're concerned that you may be falling short on meeting your micronutrient needs, feel free to reach out to me. All of my nutrition coaching programs are listed in the show notes below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. Thank you for watching and take care.